Hey guys, it is Patrick. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm doing another Starbucks copycat recipe, and this one is another new drink. So in the last video I made, I showed you how to make the pistachio latte, and in today's video, I'm doing another new drink, and that is the, what's it called? Okay, so in today's video, I'm making the honey almond milk cold brew. Normally I make like lattes, frappuccinos, mochas, stuff like that. But this recipe is actually a little bit simpler than all those other ones. I think honey has such a good flavor and it complements almond milk and coffee really well, so they all kind of work perfectly together. This recipe is so simple that it only has 3 ingredients. Well, 3 ingredients to it. We need honey, almond milk, and cold brew. That's literally it. That's literally it. I cannot make this more simple if I wanted to. So obviously the first element we are going to need to do in this drink is the cold brew. Now there are a ton of methods to make this at home. I know they have like specialty machines for it. People use like cheesecloth, stuff like that. And normally if you're making cold brew at home, you need to let it sit overnight. What I like personally is just going to the store and buying it like pre-made. It is so easy this way. They have a ton of brands now. They have like light roast, dark roast. They have a billion cold brew options. They really do have a cold brew for everyone. So whether you want to make it yourself or get it at the store, it is totally up to you. Do whatever you want. Just make sure if you are getting it at the store pre-made, you are getting it unsweetened and without any like cream or anything. You just want the cold brew, no extra stuff. So the one I'm using is Stoke Cold Brew Coffee Black, Bold, and Smooth. This is my favorite. I think it has such a good flavor. This is not sponsored. I just love it. I'm actually not sure. I want to say Starbucks actually does make a cold brew that you can like purchase. Do not hold me to that, but I think they do. And I actually think this is an advantage of making this stuff at home. If you have a favorite coffee roast, coffee blend, you can literally use that for your cold brew, and this drink will be even better for you. And then we have our second ingredient, and this is honey. Obviously it's in the name, almond milk, honey, cold brew. You get the point. This is also an advantage of making this recipe at home. There are a billion honeys out there. There are all different varieties, all different flavors. I live for lavender honey, orange blossom honey. That's what I'm using here, orange blossom honey. They have honey of all different flavors, like how the honey is made. I think they have like different forms of that. I live for Manuka honey. It is so good. So whatever honey is your favorite, go ahead and use it in this recipe. So we need to find a way to get the honey and the cold brew to combine and be best friends. So at Starbucks, they have like a honey sauce or honey syrup that they pump in, but I'm gonna break this down where it's super easy to make. It's no complicated procedures. You got this. So I'm making a venti sized drink, and that is going to be reflected in the measurements I'm using. But if you want a bigger drink or a smaller drink, then kind of just tweak this recipe to fit that size. So I found for the venti drink, 2 tablespoons of honey is the perfect amount for me. If you want it sweeter, just add more honey, and if you want it less sweet, then just add less honey. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze out with all of my string 2 tablespoons of honey. Oh my gosh, this is the workout. Okay, so I have my 2 tablespoons of honey. Now I'm just going to pour this into a little 1 cup liquid measuring cup. Now this is going to be different than like normal sweetened coffees. Honey has such a like bold, rich, complex flavor to it that sugar just does not have. Honey is a little bit more subtle than sugar. It's not like sugar sweet, it's like honey sweet. So it's just a different flavor, a different vibe, and I love it. So as I mentioned earlier, we're gonna have to find a way to combine the coffee and the honey together. And it's a little bit tricky because obviously this coffee mixture is like a liquid, and this honey is like a thick substance. So combining these two is a little bit tricky. So I'm gonna be using like 1 cup of cold brew in total here. But what I'm going to do first is pour in like 1 or 2 tablespoons tablespoons of this into the honey and stir this together. And what this is going to do is make this a lot easier to mix together before I pour all of my coffee in. First, we can just work this little bit of coffee in and it will make stirring the rest of the coffee in a lot easier. Okay, and just like that, those 1 or 2 tablespoons of coffee has mixed perfectly into the honey. So now I can just pour in the rest of my cold brew, stir this together, and we can get to building this drink. Okay, so we have our cold brew all ready to go. It is sweetened and flavored with that honey. So now we can go ahead and get to building this drink. So as always, I'm using my trusty Starbucks cup, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up with some ice. Okay, perfect, so all of my ice is in here. Now I can go ahead and pour in all of my cold brew. Oh my gosh, you guys, cold brew is so much deeper and has a lot more flavor than just normal iced coffee. So this is going to be extra strong. Okay, so my coffee is in here, and then the last step to this whole recipe is adding in our almond milk. I'm using just vanilla almond milk, but they have, again, a billion different kinds of almond milk now. You can totally custom make this to whether you want it sweetened or unsweetened. Do whatever you want. So now I can just pour this into the very top of the cup. Oh my gosh, you guys, this drink is beautiful. Okay guys, just like that, this recipe is done. When I tell you this is probably my easiest recipe ever, this is my easiest recipe ever. 3 ingredients, like 2 minutes, you can do this. Because there are so few ingredients, that means that the ingredients that are here are going to really stand out. We have the super strong cold brew mixed in with that sweet, rich honey, mixed in with that creamy and smooth almond milk. Let's give this a try. Oh my gosh. So I kept on repeating over and over again on how simple this recipe is, but please do not mistake this for being bland. The honey is the star in this drink. The honey is the star. She is the star of this drink, yes. Then we get that, almondy, creamy, but not too creamy almond milk. So it's almost like the almond milk and the honey are like buddy-buddy. They are bringing a lot to this coffee game. And the coffee is like happy to have the honey and the almond milk there. They're like having a reunion right now. And the weird thing is I can specifically taste like the honey that I used. So what that means is if you have a honey that has like another flavor, I have orange blossom honey, but if you have like a flavored honey, you are going to be able to taste that distinct flavor. I can see why having this in a cold brew is so much better, because when you make iced coffee, it does have that little bit of a sour edge, and because there is no heat touching this coffee, there is no sourness. It is so good. I might have to start adding honey to my coffee. This is so simple. I feel like it is so much better than just normal sweetener. It's like bringing more to the party. And honey is super healthy for you. So is coffee, so is almond milk. So we love a healthy drink to start out the new year. I'm in love. You guys have to try this out. If you love honey, if you love cold brew, if you love almond milk, try this out. If you love this video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you tried this out, let me know how it turned out in the comment section down below. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my new videos, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.